Hi, welcome. In the previous chapter, we learned about the domains of Earth, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. Today, we are looking into another topic, major landforms of the Earth. The surface of Earth is not same everywhere. The Earth has many different landforms, some flat and some rugged or uneven. Within the Earth, a continuous movement is taking place. First, the internal process, which leads to the upliftment and sinking of the Earth's surface at several places. The second, or the external process, is the continuous wearing down and rebuilding of the land surface. The wearing away of land surface is known as erosion. These two processes are carried out by running water, ice and wind. Those landforms can be grouped into mountains, plateaus and plains. A mountain is any natural elevation of Earth's surface. A mountain may have a small summit and a large basin. They are higher than the surrounding area. As you go higher, the temperature decreases and it becomes colder. In some mountains, there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. They are called glaciers. You can see a breathtaking picture of glaciers. It's amazing, isn't it? There are some mountains under the sea too. Mauna Kea in the Pacific Ocean is an undersea mountain. It's higher than the Everest, being 10,205 meters high. Do you remember the height of Everest? The Everest is 8,848 meters. What's the difference between a mountain and a hill? A hill is to a land surface that rises higher than the surrounding area, generally a steep hill with an elevation of more than 600 meters is termed as mountain. Usually less people live on mountains due to harsh climate. Since the slopes are steep, less land is available for farming too. Sometimes mountains are arranged in a line known as a range. Many mountain systems consist of series of parallel ranges that extends to hundreds of kilometers. The Himalayas in Asia, the Alps in Europe and the Andes in South America are examples of mountain ranges. There are three types of mountains: fold mountains, block mountains and volcanic mountains. How is fold mountain formed? These are formed by the effect of folding of many layers within the upper part of Earth's crust. Or let's say, fold mountains are created with two or more Earth's tectonic plates, that is, pieces of Earth's crust are pushed together. You can say in this demonstration, the tectonic plates are pushed together from either side and they form a folded landmass. This is how the fold mountains are created. The Himalayan mountains and the Alps are young folded mountains. Here you can have a view of Alps. They have a rugged relief or uneven relief. What is relief? The relief is the difference between the highest point of the mountain and the lowest point. So the Himalayan mountains and the Alps have rugged relief and high conical peaks. That means the peaks are cone shaped. The Aravalli range in India is one of the oldest fold mountain systems in the world. The Appalachia in North America and the Ural Mountains in Russia are very old. They have rounded features and low elevation. In this picture, you can have a view of the Ural Mountains. They have rounded features and low elevation. They are not very high. These are also examples of fold mountains. Next, we have block mountains. How are they formed? These are formed when large areas break and displace vertically. You can see in this picture, large areas break and one block is lowered and the blocks on either side are uplifted. This is how a block mountain is formed. The uplifted blocks are called horst and the lowered blocks are called graben. The Rhine Valley and Vosges Mountain in Europe are such block mountains. Here you can see it's a view of Rhine Valley mountain. Volcanic mountains. Such type of mountains are formed due to volcanic activity. What is this volcanic activity? Molten rock or melted rock, which is known as magma, from deep within the earth erupts and pile upon the surface. This magma, when breaks through Earth's surface, is called lava. When this lava and ash cool down, there you see only a cone of rocks. This is how a volcanic mountain is formed. Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Mount Fujiyama in Japan are examples of such mountains. Here you can have a sky view of Mount Kilimanjaro. How does a mountain benefit us? Mountains are a storehouse of water. Many rivers have their source in the glaciers in the mountains. The water is used by people and is used for irrigation and hydroelectricity too. The river valleys and terraces are ideal for cultivation. The mountains have a rich variety of fauna and flora. That means you can see a variety of plants and animals. Forests in the mountains provide fuel, fodder, shelter and other products like natural gum and resins, etc. They also provide idyllic site for tourists. People visit for sports like paragliding, river rafting and skiing. Thus, mountains and its resources can be used by humans in many ways. Next landform is plateaus. Unlike mountains, a plateau is an elevated flat land. It's a flat-topped tableland standing above the surrounding areas. A plateau has steep slopes in its one or more sides. Its height may vary from a few hundred meters to several thousand meters. See, here is a picture of plateau with steep slopes and a flat top. Like mountains, they could be young or old. Deccan Plateau in India is one of the oldest plateau. Here you can see the location of Deccan Plateau in India. The East African Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda and Western Plateau of Australia are other examples. The Tibet Plateau is the highest plateau in the world. It's around 4,000 to 6,000 meters above the sea level. Here you can have a view of Tibet Plateau. Plateaus are rich in mineral deposits. As a result, many of the mining areas are located in the plateaus. African Plateaus is famous for gold and diamond mining. Chota Nagpur in India has huge reserves of iron, coal and manganese. The lava plateaus are rich in black soil and they are very fertile and good for cultivation. You see, many waterfalls are there in plateaus as rivers fall from great height. The Hundru Falls on river Subarnarekha in the Chota Nagpur Plateau and Jog Falls in Karnataka are examples. It's a view of Jog Falls. Now we have the next landform, plains. These are large stretches of flat land. They are generally not more than 200 meters above the sea level. Plains are formed by rivers. Falling from mountains, these rivers carry eroded materials like stone, sand and slate and deposit them along their courses in the valleys. Later, this turns into plains. Generally, plains are very fertile. Construction of transport network like roads is easier in plains. So you find thickly populated areas here. Some of the largest plains are seen in Asia and North America. In Asia, these plains are formed by Ganga and Brahmaputra, and in China by river Yangtze. See, here is a picture of the plain formed by the river Yangtze in China. Plains are best areas for human habitation. Building homes are easier here and cultivation is productive as the soil is fertile. Indo-Gangetic plains are the most densely populated region of the country. How do these landforms affect the people's lives? Humans have been living on different kinds of landforms, yet plains provide much better conditions to live. Growing crops and building houses and roads are easier in plains than in mountains. Life is difficult in mountainous areas, but people use various means to live on different landforms. For example, rope bridge. Look at these pictures. People living in various landforms, be it a hilly area, a desert or a forest, make use of them in many ways. So using these gifts of nature carefully, we can conserve these fertile lands for the future generations too. It's our responsibility today to protect the available land and its resources. Thanks for watching and learning. Thank you.